Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 15th of October 2021, and the time now is 6:16 a.m. Well, our topic today is when did you last cry in front of other person? All right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Okay, so yeah, for me, crying, yeah, actually is a thing that I really seldom do, especially in public. Yeah, and the last cry I can remember, which is in the funeral. Yeah, I think basically I would cry publicly uh, only in funeral, during funeral, when I was I was no longer a kid, and then I think I cry only on funeral. So the last funeral is around 2 years ago, and actually uh, that wasn't my kind of isn't that wasn't my grandmother. That was my girlfriend's grandmother. Yeah. Um. Actually, at that time, uh, yeah, her grandmother passed away, and then it was so sudden, and they actually like because her grandmother is in another state, which is Perak, which is a far distance from Johor, and then uh, before her grandmother passed away, uh, they already went to Perak and then to kind of visit their grandmother, and then the grandmother isn't wasn't very well already, and even though stay at home, but she wasn't very well anymore, and then she has to use the respirator 呼吸器 and then at home, and then yeah, after that, after they just come back like 1 or 2 days, yeah, her grandmother uh, was admitted to the hospital again, and then yeah, just after like a few hours, and then passed away. Yeah, so my girlfriend and her family also regretted that they didn't stay like 1 or 2 more days because they have to come back they have to go back again. Um, yeah, and then yeah, at that time because they need to go back, and then they also need two cars because too many people, and then yeah, I she also asked me whether I can help because that is a long distance, and they were quite tired already, and they just came back from there, and then maybe they need someone to drive the car in turn. Yeah, take turns to drive the car. So yeah, so I say okay, and then yeah, I helped him, and then we went back to the funeral, and then at first I didn't cry because that wasn't my relative yet. Yeah, it wasn't my relative yet, and then uh, I only saw her grandmother for a few times, like 3 times. I mean, just 2 or 3 times we went back and then visit her just like that, and then yeah, but I think I would cry at the moment uh, when we have to kind of um, to see the person in the coffin for the last time. I mean, for uh, the final time to look at the person in the coffin before they carry the coffin to the uh, carry the coffin away. So yeah, at that time, yeah, I cry, and then many people also cry. Yeah, and actually, at that time, my actually is my girlfriend's sister, which is her elder sister. Um, so saw me cry in front of the coffin, and then she told me that something like I shouldn't cry, I couldn't cry in front of the coffin, otherwise the person in the coffin wouldn't live peacefully. Actually, at that time, I feel quite angry, in my mind, because I feel like yeah, this is something like a permission to be a human. And then she said something like that. So okay, anyway, that wasn't my relative. So actually, in my emotion, I'm turning from sad to angry. Not very angry, just a little bit angry. And I don't know why after I turn, my emotion turned, and then I also don't cry anymore. I stop, and then I don't have the mood, even have the mood to cry anymore. Yeah, so I think that was my last time that I cried in front of other people. Yeah.
Uh, do you have any contact with your girlfriend's grandmother before?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, we went back like 2 or 3 times before she passed away, and then we also live in her grandmother's house. So yeah, have some contact. For example, previously her grandmother preparing meals for us, and then I was also in the kitchen, like having a chat with her grandmother, and then also helping her like to do something to preparing the meals. Yeah, and also have some memories like because that is something like a very rural area, and then we had a few times to go to the market, yeah, to buy some vegetables and meat, and also to have our breakfast. Yeah, so we just go together, like her grandmother rode bicycle, and then we just follow behind, something like that. So yeah, we had some contact before.
Okay, for me, I think this is yeah, this is in 2020. So in last year, no, 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 is no,
Before the
it's
pandemic.
not, it's not 2020. Yeah, it's 2019.
Yeah.
So it's also 2 years ago. Yeah, and the case is actually like this. Uh, I cried on the day I resigned from my first company. Yeah, and I remember that day. Uh, okay. Actually, there's a pre-story. So, actually, at that period, I feel quite depressed and I feel a lot of stress.
Mm.
And I couldn't get my done. I couldn't get my job. I couldn't get my job and my work done because there's so many things to do. And I agree that at that time I don't have enough ability and I don't aware that. One of the example is I don't even know how to use Excel efficiently, use all the formula design a template to solve
Mm.
my problem. So definitely the efficiency is definitely is very low that time. Yeah. So but I think I work enough hard, and and my efficiency is not the lowest. It's not the lowest, and could be the highest or second highest in the company. Maybe
Mm.
the highest one is the boss. Yeah. So I certainly think that I'm not slow, guys. Yeah, and I think this is something that I could do. I can provide, and if you want me to do faster, you kind of like want trying to exploit me, and I don't have anything to be exploited because this is my full potential.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I want to resign, but I'm like uh keep deciding, keep thinking.
Mm.
And one of my friend actually uh yeah he also want to resign, and he actually mm, okay he actually resigned from his company a few months ago, and then he want to find an account job, and he comes to our company. And actually in our company uh there are many staff which is have relationship with me because they are my classmates, they are my friends. I recommend come to this company to work. Yeah, and yeah, and so yeah, actually it's not just actually it's not recommend. I just like give them the phone number, and if they want to try, they can go for it. I didn't restrict them. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so uh when my dad friends, and he's in he's in the company, and he also feel uh but he's in another branch. He's in another branch, and he also feel very uneasy, and he kind of like being dismissed by the boss. Mm. And also his girlfriend. Yeah. And beside of him and his girlfriend,
Yeah.
one of our one of my friends is also a girl. He's work in my branch. He's work in my common branch. So, and she also resigned from the company like 1 month or 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And so the whole company got just like, let me count, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is kind of like got 7 or 8 staff. One is part timer, and this X staff, this X staff including me.
Yeah.
So 5 of them, uh, okay, 6 of them is my friends. Okay, and one of the 8, which is not my friends, resigned from the company 1 month ago. So only left 7, and 7, one of them is part timer, not my classmate, not my friend, and so 7 of them, uh one one inside of one of the 7, which is the girl, resigned like 2 weeks or 1 month ago before I resigned, and two of two of the person, which is my friend and my friend's girlfriends, being dismissed. Yeah. So now only left 1, 2, 3, right? Yeah, if my math wasn't wrong. So only left like 3, like left like 3 people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the day my friends being dismissed is on Friday, and actually um during the week during the week I feel quite depressed, and actually before the week, and I and my friend actually like kind of like prepared to like do a startup, to try to like do some business, and our priority is about the marketing. Yeah. And yeah, because we found that if we really want to earn a lot of money, we can't rely on just accounting. And accounting is it's not an easy job in terms of spending of your time, your energy. We need to do something able to scale so we can like make the money from the business. Yeah. And we do, and we go register the company, and we go like kind of like open the yeah, maybe not yet at that time. I just do some registration, the SSM. So, and I only put my name. Yeah. And the primary activities is like the marketing. Yeah. And also like management and consultancy. This is a standard one. And also like the accounting, like, something like that. And my friends comes to me on the Friday night. He comes to my house, and he kind of like explained to me, yeah, it's not a good company, and tell me his story being dismissed, and and by hearing his story,
Mm.
and I actually have decided to resign from the company on Monday. Yeah. So yeah, so on Monday actually it's quite surprising, and in the morning when I goes to the office, and I found that my desk being clear, and I couldn't like log in log into my computer because there's a password. Yeah,
Mm.
and I didn't set passwords for my computer, so it means that actually somebody had touched my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, and I found that my table, yeah, just on my desk, there's a resignation letter, uh, which is the letter that I print out, that I write, I just put on the drawer, yeah, something like that.
Mm.
And so so the boss has saw the letter,
Mm.
yeah. And I also found that, yeah, because just like 1 month or 2 months ago, um my boss actually restrict me to use the internet on my computer. Yeah, but I actually bought both the USB drive, and then I plug in to my the CPU so I can use the internet as usual. Yeah,
Mm.
and and when my boss asked me, yeah, why your computer still can access internet, I say I also don't know. Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Mm.
because yeah um if I couldn't check email from my computer, I need to go to another computer and another laptop, and everyone is sharing the laptop. And not only that, the laptop is currently using by one of people. Yeah,
Mm.
so every time we need to like check the email,
Yeah.
check something, print out something, we need to ask the person to go and
Oh.
let me use the computer, let me use the laptop for a while. And
Mm.
yeah, so this is really uh
Inconvenient, right?
yeah, inconvenient, and also this is something like so embarrassing. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't like that feelings. Yeah,
Yeah.
and also this is totally inconvenient for me because as an auditor, we sometimes we need to check the information, we need to check
Mm.
the regulation, we need to check the tax regulation,
Yeah.
and also uh some financial statements, uh the standard accounting standards. Yeah, we sometimes I also need to check the grammar.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things we need to use internet. Yeah, and yeah, so I use the internet for my work purpose. Yeah, of course, in the lunchtime I also use this for my like personal purpose. For example, I may check my own email. I may like look at some stock chart, but it's in
Mm.
the lunchtime. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the in the office hour, I mean, in non-lunch hour, I really don't have the time to do that. Yeah, unlike my current company. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
So okay, this is a pre-story, and okay, and on that day, and my boss asked me go to wait her in the meeting room.
Mm.
Yeah. So I probably know what's happening, and but I just guessed the beginning. I didn't guess. I uh I wrongly guessed the process. I wrongly get how it was going. I just
Mm.
think my boss realized that uh yeah, I want to resign, so maybe she want to talk to me. And so yeah, so my boss is telling me waiting for her, and actually is waiting for her sister to come, and two of them want to kind of like quote unquote interview me. Yeah,
Mm.
want to like judge me on yeah. Yeah. So I'm the defense side. yeah, they are something like in the like on the court. They are I forget the terms. Okay, but we have two sides. One is defense side. Another is kind of like the active one. Yeah. So the defense side seems to defend for himself. The active one is kind of like want to sue you. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when her sister come, and I actually have a lot of contact with her sister, because when I was still studying in college, and I actually go to an accounting firm to work, and this operate by my boss sister. So yeah, so sh she is the person I very familiar, and also if you let me choose, uh do I want to work for the sister, or do I want to work for the current boss at that time? I definitely will choose her sister. Yeah, yeah, because the attitude is totally different, and kind of like and they are respectful is also different. So working with her sister is actually uh easier, and you can like kind of like focus on work. You don't need to worry about like the politics, worry about like yeah. So those non-work non-work tasks, yeah, is kind of like it's kind of like a tortures. And yeah, so and also this auditing job is recommended by the sister. Yeah, the sister recommend me to go to uh the boss. Yeah, my boss here, and to work as auditor. Yeah, and we also have a lot of contact, because the sister is doing accounting, and she will pass some accounting to our company, and then we audit those accounts. Yeah, so we still have a lot of contact. Uh, even I came to this company, and when her sister comes, and then the first question, and then the first sentence she tell me is, how can you so cruel, and how can um you don't need to fake. Yeah, I have never seen a person which is so fake, uh and so like uh in Chinese we call 城府很深. Yeah. So and also is kind of like the 奸诈. Okay. And let me check the vocab, because too many vocab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you check the word cunning. Is it the word that you like to use?
What is it? What is the vocab?
Cunning, C-U-N-N-I-N-G.
Okay, I didn't found that vocab. Okay, but I found another one which is like the uh fraudulence. Yeah, fraudulence, or the crafty. Yeah, okay, I use a crafty. Okay. Yeah. So how can you so crafty, and I don't know what she's saying. So and I actually thought that yeah, because her first sentence is, how can you be like that? So do you know what I answer? I actually answer, yeah, kind of like okay, let me think for a while. Okay, her first question is, do you know the fir- the fir- her first question is kind of like, do you know what you have done? Yeah, what's your plan? Something like that. And then what is my answer is, you know already. Yeah, didn't. Yeah. you know already, didn't? Yeah. So
Mm.
so the next question she asks is, how can you be so creative, something like that. Yeah. So I actually don't know what she's saying. Yeah. And I just thought about she's talking about the resignation. Yeah, because I saw my resignation letter on the paper. Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, so actually after a few minutes I actually understand what they are talking. And they think that I kind of like uh I I find a lot of friends and go into the company, and then to understand the company, to understand the clients, and then we learn from the company, and then we we get uh we we kind of like steal the company information, steal the
Mm.
clients database, and then we go out, and then and then we all resign. And then we contact the customer, the client, each each by each, and then we
Yeah.
steal the customer, steal the client from the company, and and then we do a business, do an
Mm.
accounting business, and fight and fight with them. Yeah. So this is their thinking. Yeah. So I actually have never thought there's a method like this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is too difficult for me. And the customer follow them like 5 years, 10 years, or some
Mm.
like 15 or 20 years. How can I steal the customer from them? And also a lot of long-term customer actually uh still haven't fully paid, fully paid uh the bill. So they have a lot of bad they have a lot of debt. Yeah,
Mm.
this is a huge amount. And I worry that if I steal a customer, and I do the account, I outsource the audit, and I couldn't get back the money because the customer have financial problem. They can't pay you the accounting fee. They can't pay you the auditing fee.
Mm.
You need to bear the cost by yourself first. And after maybe 1 year or 2 years, they get another loan so they can pay you the money. Yeah. So this is a very very difficult customer to deal with, and I couldn't handle them well.
Mm.
So, and also as a 22 as a 20 yeah 22 I'm not sure it's 22 or 23. Yeah, I think it's 22 years old guys. Yeah, so I really don't have the ability. Yeah, but I feel bad because I need to explain to them. I need to justify it for myself.
Mm.
Yeah, and I couldn't argue with them because I only have one mouse. They have two mouse. Yeah, so it's very difficult. And yeah, my boss actually want me. My boss want me to hand in my phones and to her, and you want to check whether my phone have some other like uh uh the 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 company information or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, and yeah, she couldn't find it. Okay. Yeah, and because that there isn't. Okay, and but what she found is the SSN filing. So it is the registration of company profile. Yeah,
Mm.
and she keep mentioning about the accountants, which is the secondary activities. So she kind of like say that this is a proof, this is the evidence that we want to steal the client. We want to like do a stock up. Uh, uh, and yeah, and do a stock up. Yeah. So and yeah, and what's the turning point in the in the like in the kind of like the case, yeah, the law case, or,
Mm.
or the lawsuit. Yeah, yeah. How I successfully defend myself? Actually, um, the sister actually say something, and it actually touched me, and she saying, yeah, we treat you so well, and do you remember uh, when you uh, when you when you just A level, yeah, a few years ago, you come to my company, and then you work for me, and yeah, you are so hardworking, and then and why we become like this, yeah, something like that, yeah, why eventually we become like this, yeah. So yeah, and I answer her, yeah, I actually fully appreciate that, and I actually very glad I can work for the company, and yeah, and you, the sister, didn't underpay me, and actually pay me a lot, so I got enough money to buy my first house. Yeah, so actually I feel touched, really. At that time I feel touched and I cried. Yeah. But at that moment, actually there's a little seed in my mind, which is maybe at this time cry. Yeah, crying and a little bit acting that you want to stop the cry, you want to stop the tear, draw, uh, come out from your eyes, but you couldn't. Yeah, a little bit acting and the crying, so you can actually touch them. So the case, will be more smooth to close. Yeah. So and yeah, but this is just a little seed, and this is kind of like uh, you can say this is like a subconscious thinking. Yeah, because based on my prior memory and prior experience, which is, yeah, sometimes crying, sometimes using the emotion can achieve can achieve a good result. Yeah, but this is the second time that I did, so I didn't fully aware that just something that's in my mind that, yeah, maybe at this time I can do this. Yeah. But maybe the thought is just like 0.5 second or 0.1 second. Yeah. And I and I start crying, and I start acting. Yeah, I start acting like I try to stop the crying, but I couldn't. Something like that. And I kind of like make a pose to say out the sentence, but actually I can say out. I just uh acting like I couldn't say out because of the crying. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the last time I cry in front of another people, and yeah, after the crying, because yeah, both of them are girls. Yeah, so maybe not girls but women. So when they see people crying, especially a man crying, their attitude becomes softer. And the case actually uh eventually closed quite well, and it actually kind of like uh remove, and also like uh reveal the misunderstanding between me and uh between me and them. Yeah. Yeah, but actually this is a very unlucky event, because some of the actually there are many fire rope. Yeah, the first is too many people work in my company. Okay, and actually at that time it's got 9 people. Yeah, no, got 10 people. Got 10 people. Yeah, actually got 10 people, and one of the guy being dismissed by my boss like 2 months ago, and one of the girl I actually forget her already. Yeah, she also has a lot of trouble. She also like uh feel stressed in another branch. Yeah, so yeah, so this is a fire rope, one of fire rope, and the second is, and yeah, my friends, the male friends. So she go in the company and together with his girlfriend, and he even bring his own computer, his own laptop, go to the company, and she kind of like want to use 2 computer to do the task. Yeah, one of the computer is the work the work desktop, and another is his laptop. And he explained to the boss, which is the sister, say that by doing this, the efficiency level is higher. Yeah, but actually, you shouldn't bring your own laptop go to your office because it seems like you want to steal the customer database or something like that. Yeah, of course, we know if you really want to steal the company database, you just need one pen drive.
Yeah.
But human is not fully rational, and if you did something suspicious, and people will think you are suspicious.
Yeah.
So there are many things, and also my dead friend actually ask the sister, ask the boss, which is do you think I have the ability to go to a startup? He asked something like that. Wow. And also he asked do you think go Singapore to work is a good choice, something like that. So this is something that you shouldn't ask your boss.
So this is before the whole before they discover your resignation letter, right?
Yeah. It's before that. But so this is also one of the fire rope. Yeah. And what I learned from that lesson is actually I don't recommend people comes to my company. And this is one of my principle and one of my guidance. So after resign from the company, I also some there's also some opportunity which is like my mother asked me whether my company want to hire people. I will say no. My company don't have slot. And when my friend asked me, do your company have slot? Have kind of like a vacation? Vacancy.
Vacancy. Yeah.
Vacancy. I will say no. My company is full employed. So so I keep following my principle, keep following my guidance, because this is something that I would never do. I would never do in my futures. Recommend other people. Recommend my friends comes to my come into the same company.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else want to add in?
Okay, just a little bit more because you said that you after this incident you will not recommend any like friends or relatives to the company that you are working at, right? And then how about if like your friends or your relative want you to go to their company? Maybe they are employer or employee. Would you go?
Depend. I will consider. And I have no bias. In this park. Okay. And just depend on the salary package and depend maybe like proximities and everything. So everything we will consider if we want to find a new job or if we want to change company.
So it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. And because I know my acting, so I believe my acting won't like hurts other people's interest.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So that's all for my talking.
Okay. So that's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.